forget what you look like.
Really?
I forgot just how handsome you are. Well, in person anyways, because I saw you on TV doing your thing. So I missed you, but I didn't completely miss you.
Well, I wasn't far. I mean,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, dude. What do you mean? I was going to say I wasn't far, but I actually was.
Okay.
I was in the city with the best crew on TV, the guys, the ladies and gentlemen of the CBC sports broadcasting team.
Right.
Stellar job. But you weren't exactly in town either.
No, I was out in Calgary for a wedding. My nephew got married.
That's good, man.
So
I like
a
that.
little family time, and it wasn't the greatest timing, though, because there was so much going on at the Olympic Games. By the way, Donovan Bailey Running Things, Jason Portuondo, you know who this guy is.
Right.
So in terms of timing, where we are right now, Toronto area, it was 6 hours behind in terms of the games. Calgary is another 2 hours behind because they're mountain time.
Right.
So I was 8 hours behind the action.
God.
And it was tough, bro. I mean, stuff going off at 3, 4 in the morning.
Well, funny enough that I always sometimes when I speak to family members and I tell them about Canada, I'm like, yeah, Calgary or if I have to fly to Calgary on business or I have to go to BC, I said, yeah, it's usually 4 to 5 to 6 hours of flight, but we're still in the same country. But like you just mentioned, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours different, so it does get a little confusing. But yeah, man, you know what? Sucks that you had to wake up so early.
Oh.
I mean, I had to wake up early, but not only did I have to wake up early, Jason, I had to wake up early and be the ray of sunshine because the cameras were shining. But either way, it was amazing games and thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, we're gonna talk about some things today.
Wow. I mean, we've got a lot of ground to cover, and we're going to apologize from now because we're going to miss something. It's impossible to get everything in. Oh, yeah.
Lots of stuff.
I mean, world records, Olympic records, fabulous performances. We're going to try and wrap it all up in this Olympic edition of Donovan Bailey Running Things. And where do we start? I guess with the guys in the 100. Noah Lyles. I mean, I know we'd had our picks, and I said to you he was my dark horse to win.
Was he a dark horse?
Yeah, he was my dark horse.
You said that?
Yeah.
Do we? Might we have that on record? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My pick was Oblique Seville.
To win.
You're right. And
Okay.
Noah Lyles was my dark horse. We all know the result.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about that being perhaps the best 100 ever. I haven't been around to see them all. You haven't either. But in terms of competition, I think everybody was sub 10. Everybody was right there at the finish. That was a hell of a race.
Well, the fastest, I can agree that the fastest overall 100 meters and the best, clearly. I mean, you can't really compare generations, technology,
Exactly.
shoe,
Yes.
track, training and nutrition.
Carbon fiber, all
All of that. You can't really compare. You can't really compare it. But I'm going to start here. Number one, listen, huge respect to Noah Lyles, regardless of how you feel about whatever, his personality or whatever. It doesn't bother me a bit. I'm just saying to you, huge respect for him because he's the winner. Although if this were a high jump or if this were a pole vault, there would have been 2 gold medals handed out, right?
Would you have done that?
Yeah, I think that's what they were trying to do because they were trying to decide whether or not to decipher whether 1/1000th of a second should separate the winner from second place. But you know what? It is timing. It's the torso. So it is what it is. At the end of the day,
Right.
Huge respect to Noah Lyles. Huge respect to him for manifesting it, for executing exactly how he said he was going to execute it, and for winning. I still, to this day, again, he's not the fastest guy in the field. However, he is the Olympic champion. So I just want to make sure there's huge respect given to him.
Fair enough.
You know what? Kishane Thompson, man, that's the guy I had winning. That's the guy I had winning.
Right.
But again, as I said on CBC, and I'm saying it here right now, Noah Lyles and Kishane Thompson, this is the difference between youth and experience. Kishane executed a fantastic race up to 70 meters. And then what he tried to do, he tried to run fast. If he'd ran the exact race that he ran in Jamaica at the trials, even in the semifinals and the quarter in Paris, it would have been his, and he would have ran a hell of a lot faster than he ran. Like for I think that it would have probably been high 9.6, low 9.7s. But again, it's an experience. He's 22. He's got a lot of ways to go. But you know what? Fred Kerley. I'm gonna break down quickly because I am a sprinter. I know the event quite well, and I had a few world records in my time. You know what? Fred Kerley, stellar race, right? Stellar race. Got to the podium when it looked like his year. It just looked very chaotic and disjointed. So for him to pull it together, to make the team to make the U.S. team and then go to the Olympics and be on the podium, fantastic. Bednarek, I thought, ran very well. Sambini, I thought, ran also very well. Tebogo, I thought, was going to be third. Tebogo, I thought, was going to be second or third. Right? I mean, and again, we'll discuss his performance later on. But in the 100 meters, he didn't execute the way that I thought he could. Oblique Seville, who was your potential winner.
Pick, yeah.
That was your win.
Yeah.
In the semifinals, he looked great.
Yep, I was smiling.
He came out of the blocks. He got in his drive phase. And then when he got in his top speed, he just relaxed, man, and let it come home and ran 9.8, making it look so easy. Had he done that exact same race in the finals, I think he would have been on the podium because I had him coming second, right? However, if you watch the race, and again, I'm not criticizing him because I'm very certain that, these guys are coached by the best of the best. Oblique Seville never got out of his dry face. Believe me, kid, I know what that's like. In 1997 at the World Championships, I lost. I was second place because I panicked and I wanted to run so fast, and then thought about running fast as opposed to just running fast and just reacting to the gun and just allowing the race to come to me. So he never got out of his dry face. Who impressed me, Jason? And I know that you're gonna. You always snicker at this man.
No, he did.
Was Marcell Jacobs.
I'm with you. He did. He impressed me.
Marcell Jacobs was like, for him to get the respect. For some of you people who don't respect the fact that this man is Olympic champion and he ran 980. Yes, it was in a pandemic, and yes, it was an empty stadium, but this man came out. This guy came out and ran 986, 985, whatever.
985, season best, 985.
Right? He came out and he ran great. That's all I gotta say. He ran spectacular. So at the end of the day, man, that's kind of like my take on the 100. I might have missed one or two guys, but
you got them all.
But yeah, spectacular race, Jason. I love what I saw. Clearly, there's a lot of young guys that's there. So what we're looking at, when we look at the race, what we're seeing is that the future of the 100 meters, the future of speed in this world, that the Olympic Games, the World Championships coming up next year, it's going to be awesome, man. Because I'm looking forward to that. More importantly, I'm looking forward to the Diamond League starting again next week.
0.005 seconds separating the 9.784 of Noah Lyles versus the 9.789 of Kishane Thompson.
That is crazy, man.
It was a photo finish, to say the least. And when you can take a picture and have all of the runners in it, you are seeing something.
You know what?
Fabulous.
You know what I want to put in there? You know what I want to put in there? As a man who always try to look at the financing and business of stuff, do you realize that 2/1000 is it 2/1000ths of a second?
Between who?
Between Noah and Kishane.
0.005.
Right. That 5/1000ths of 1 second is worth tens of millions of dollars.
Crazy.
Like I just want to this is the width of 2 hair roots. That's crazy. So I want to put that out there to let them understand, track and field and professional track and field at the highest level.
Personal best, check, Noah Lyles. Season best, check, Fred Kerley.
Yep.
Marcell Jacobs.
Yep.
National record,
Tebogo.
check.
Oh,
Sabini
wow.
and Tebogo. We got it all.
Yeah, man.
Seville runs 991. That's no slouch. That's no slow time.
Right.
And he finishes last. That's why I'm saying arguably that was the best 100 of all time.
It would have been,
Or
funny
at least
enough,
most competitive.
100%. You know what's funny? We know that Seville's a 9.8 guy. That's what's
Right.
really funny.
Right.
So essentially, the last place guy in this race could have ran 9.8.
Wow, that's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyways, congratulations. You're right. Hate him, love him, leave him, whatever. You got to give Lyles his credit.
Absolutely.
He won the race, and some are saying, people have said to me, no, it should have been 2 winners. No. It's the torso. Yeah. It's been that way for I don't know how many years.
Since 1896.
There you go. Thank you.
Since the dawn of Olympic time.
You watched that one. I didn't. So yes. I'm with you. But just, you know what? 100%. Everything you said was bang on. You can't have 2 fastest men in the world. There's always a way to split them. We did. Lyles, congratulations. Thompson, congratulations. Fabulous race. Ladies' side in the 100. I mean, Julien, man, talk about a coming out party. Talk about putting St. Lucia on the map.
Did she surprise you?
She did in a way, but you're right. Not really.
Right.
She wasn't my pick. I had Sharika as my pick.
Right.
Who was my dark horse? Julien Alfred.
Really?
100%.
Yeah, well, I think I had Julien somewhere. I mean, obviously, no. My sentimental favorite, obviously, was Shelly Ann.
Yeah, I mean,
Sharika, a healthy Sharika, I expected. Sha'Carri, absolutely, she was running well. But Julien, I know the structure, and I also know the fire. I know the coach.
Right.
So, her winning was not surprising at all to me. I kind of love her, like workman-like or workwoman-like structure and her seriousness. And understand, like really understanding the task at hand, man.
I just gotta say quickly, okay, her winning isn't a huge surprise, but what about the way she won?
What's that?
She crushed.
Oh no! But I'm saying to you, but you saw that though.
In the rain and everything. Oh my God!
I saw that, and again, we like I said, the
You're
work
good,
woman.
man, if you saw that.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm there, I'm on TV, and I'm watching what's going on, and I think from the semifinals, you saw that Julien was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
I ain't here to play. I mean, and in the true Caribbean way. Or maybe it's the 3 years she went to high school in Jamaica. Yes, we're going to own it. yes, we're going to own it.
Let's just say there's some sort of Jamaican connection to everybody that won.
But she went to high school.
This year's, I know.
But listen.
Lyles dates a Jamaican?
Yes.
Right? We can go on and on about this, right?
Exactly. But I got to, but again, listen, congratulations to Julien Alfred.
Yeah.
And congratulations to her. Congratulations for her getting the first medal for St. Lucia, which happens to be a gold.
What a way to do it.
I'm telling you. Well, by the way, St. Lucia, is her face going to be on money? Is she getting a house? A couple of $1 million?
We've heard that.
One on the beach? Yeah. I'm just saying to you that, you know what's awesome? Especially when I see some of the prizes that some of these kids are getting. By the way, we got nothing. But just putting that in there. They can still pay us a little bit. I'm sure that Robert Carlton and the rest of the boys would absolutely take something. But you know what? I like the prizes that a lot of these prime ministers and presidents are showing to a lot of these athletes. Understand the value that they bring to their nation. Understand the advertising that your entire culture is getting. Again, we're back to business, Jason. I know that it costs tens of millions of dollars to make a commercial, make a tourism commercial, and then you have to buy ad space during the Olympics. You win a gold medal, that solves everything. And then for hours, literally, across the world, you can have advertising, great advertising for your dollar. Julien Alfred is doing a great job. She's done a great job herself, her brand, her country, her island. And yes, St. Lucia, she definitely deserves everything that you want to give her, all of that.
Wow. As good as the guys' race was, because it was so competitive, it was a one-horse race.
In the women's?
Oh, my goodness.
100%.
Oh, my goodness.
100%.
She goes 10.72, national record. The way she did it, she just blew away the field. She killed the drama early. Reaction time was 0.144. Oh. And Sha'Carri just was left in the dust. Sha'Carri was 0.221 for her reaction time.
That's 800 starts.
That's like she was asleep.
That's some 800 starts. But here's the thing, Jason.
Whoa.
Here's one of the things I looked at. Again, was well, not. I mean, you're a stats guy, so the reaction time for sure. But I think that when I saw the semifinals, and she was like, no, I'm not playing. And also, what it showed again was, I mean, again, no slight on anybody, people. What it showed and I saw again was when Sha'Carri's beside someone who shifts when she shifts, and if they stay with her, usually she wins. Usually she loses, right? And so that becomes difficult for her sometimes. But again, first Olympic Games for her, silver medal. Melissa Jefferson, another. I mean, she's a soldier too. The women's race was also epic.
Yeah, tough for Talu. Obviously, she pulled up some sort of injury there late in that race. Tia Clayton got a bit of a taste, but not ready for this yet.
Tough for the Jamaican ladies, man. Let's get a quick shout out.
You're right. I mean, man, oh man. Whether it be Shelly Ann not getting in the building, whether it be Sharika not playing at all, like I was a little concerned when she pulled out of the one, and I said, okay, fine, maybe she just wants to concentrate on the two.
What's that?
When Sharika pulled out the one.
Yeah.
But then, that last race she had, remember? Right. Before the Olympics?
Right.
She pulled up. Obviously, this was the worst Olympics I've seen for Jamaica overall on the track and field.
But it is the worst. It is the worst for the sprinters, for sure, because there's always someone vying for the title.
Right.
So here's two things, and again, I do not know this. I mean, obviously, I got great source. I've got great sources. But so I don't know exactly the injuries or the extent of the injuries, but I know that both ladies were nursing injuries. And I know this going into major championships. Whatever the extent of your injuries are, you never want to tell the truth about it. You don't want to give a little bit to your opponents, and you don't and so you're going to tell the media that all is well.
Right.
So it's very clear that both of these ladies, first of all, two of the best of the best, they were dealing with injuries that were way more severe than we all knew, right? Because obviously we're making bets and see what's going on, and you and I making friendly bets about who might win and who might be top three and all that. But I'm very certain, I mean, I know this, that both ladies were dealing with injuries, that were far more serious than it was. So, I mean, again, hopefully they can get healed so they can get back to the Diamond League next week. And that's it. So I wish you the best of luck with that.
Yeah, rough for Shelly Ann. That's the way she exits her final Olympics. Very, very tough, but that's sports, right? Injuries are part of it, unfortunately.
Right.
Sharika, same thing. It's just mind-boggling, mind-boggling. But anyways, we will move on because there's a lot to discuss. The men's too. Let's go there next. Letsile Tebogo. Again, my top pick, I said there's no way Noah Lyles loses. That's the way I went into this thing. But I said if something weird happens, my dark horse, Tebogo. So my dark horses ran fabulously at the Olympics. Let's just say that.
You're a terrible better. What did I say?
But my backup bet was good. You've been talking all along about Tebogo. I know. And my goodness. Wow. It was a statement.
Letsile Tebogo. In the 100, he went 9.8. He went 9.8 in the 100 meters, and obviously his power speed's fine. And so I knew he was going to run well in the deuce, right? I knew he was going to run well. Also, he's not a slouch. He's not some like this is world junior record holder, world junior champion. So he's and at 21 years old, he's not just some guy showing up.
He's the next one.
When I saw the lane draw, I mean, regardless whether Noah was sick or not or whatever. I mean,
I want to get your opinion on that in a second.
Right.
Go ahead.
So whether he was sick or not, I mean, it was going to be a tough day for him anyways. I mean, Letsile Tebogo was between Bednarek and Noah Lyles. So he was in the perfect position. He was like, he could use Bednarek for the corner. And obviously if he comes off the corner and he's ahead of both those guys, he's got 9.8 speed. But either way, Letsile Tebogo, fantastic. I was watching the news and I saw that again. I was just speaking of Julien and what she's promised her in her country. Botswana again, first Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
Sorry, is it first Olympic medal?
No, first gold. You're right.
Letsile Tebogo, Botswana. give him gold, give him land, give him money.
Oh, he's getting a lot of that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I am reiterating it as a champion representing a young champion, a young lion. Give him everything he deserves, man, because what you have now, you have a country rich with tons of talented girls and boys.
Yes.
That now feel that they can go out and dominate.
Right.
So it's, again, I spoke earlier about, obviously the African continent and Sembini and,
we didn't. You know who we didn't mention?
What's that?
Omanyala. Didn't even get to the finals, right?
We'll talk. Well, you said you're gonna. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
You talk about the continent of Africa. Letsile Tebogo is a star. Letsile Tebogo is a national hero today at 21.
Yes.
Letsile Tebogo is a role model that is going to be someone that all of the young boys and girls of Botswana and all the other African countries, by the way, are going to look up to and aspire to be as great as he is. And man, congratulations to the kid. 19-4, no matter what is said about anything, again, injuries or antics or whatever it is, 1945 is the Olympic champion, and that is Letsile Tebogo.
When you have a chance to thump the chest twice, passing the line, you're not even finishing
I
the
love
race.
that, eh?
You
You see
love,
that?
you know what I'm saying? When you have time to do the chest thump, as we're calling it.
Yes.
That's phenomenal. And a great story. Of course, lost his mom, I want to say last May, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, this year.
Yeah.
Leading up to the games, of course.
And, had her initials painted on his nails,
Right.
ran with her birth date on his shoes, just so many great stories. And I just want to echo what you said, because for a long time, Africans have been known as distance runners.
Distance runners, always.
This is changing.
Well, they feel.
This is changing.
Remember, I think that all the great Kenyans, Ethiopians, Algerians, Moroccans, I can name all of them. They were known. They were known. I mean, again, we talk about the rich soil that these guys have with fantastic athletes, and yes, most of them were known or wanted to be, marathon run. Well, anywhere north of the 800, right?
Right.
Then from 800 all the way up to marathons. But dude, now with these young cats now, man, I tell you, they're coming.
Yeah,
They're coming.
There, and we mentioned Lyles, man, quickly becoming public enemy number one for many. Say what you want. I think he's fabulous. I mean, he is great for the sport, but a lot of people are coming out now saying, it's COVID, but, he didn't come out looking like a guy who had COVID when they announced the names and stuff. And then after the race, he looked like a different Noah Lyles. And then you got NFL players coming out saying now, I can beat Noah Lyles.
Oh, jeez.
Tyreek Hill wants a piece of him. So there's a lot going on. But that's the way it is, though, right? When the way Noah Lyles is,
Right.
If you can pitch, you got to be able to catch.
Well,
that's just part of
Well, here's the thing, though, but a big part of it, I mean, he did practice what he preached. I mean, he did bring it in the 100 minutes. I mean, he is the Olympic. He is the Olympic champion.
He's a stud. He's a stud.
So he deserves the respect. Now
100%.
There's no NFL guy that can meet Noah Lyles. Let me put that out there.
That was just a shot because he said there are no world champions in the NBA or NFL. He's got a good point.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
I understand what he's saying.
The basketball team, the Olympic basketball team with the All-Star team that's their Olympic championships, and I think they understand it, right? But anyways, Noah Lyles, at the end of the day, amidst all his antics and amidst all of that, for me, and I value this because, I mean, it's happened to me in a couple of world championships and the Olympics also. I just didn't like the fact that it took away from Tebogo winning, right? It took away. I mean, obviously, him coming out,
right,
and COVID, which no longer has symptoms, and apparently you can run and you could be within 6 feet of each other, and all these rules that were set. I thought it was just kind of.
He had the mask.
I thought
yeah.
no, but you ran a race without a mask.
Yeah.
So then what?
Yeah.
Right. Anyways, either way, again, amidst all the antics and all of that, I think also that Noah Lyles, I mean, it's a personality thing. If he's manifesting what he wants to do, he can talk about it, and he doesn't seem to be offending people. He just says he's going to beat people, which is what sprinters do from 1896 till today. They said, oh, well, I'm going to beat everybody. So if you decide you're going to take offense to that, that's your business. You probably don't belong in the sport. If you allow someone chirping to get in your way of you racing the clock. You know, but again, I just thought it took a little bit away from Tebogo because of the antics.
I like the point. Yeah. And you, like you said, regardless of whether or not you like him, love him, leave him, whatever, Lyles is a fabulous athlete. Just phenomenal. Didn't get it done, but congratulations to Tebogo. Ladies' side of the deuce, this was not my dark horse. This was my pick, Gabby Thomas.
Right.
And she just absolutely obliterated the field.
Isn't that the only pick we agreed on?
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways,
probably. Keep going.
Yeah. And you said, like you said, Jamaican father.
Yes.
She loves her Jamaican roots.
If your great granddaddy's dog's sister is Jamaican, we're gonna.
and you know what? She by winning helped out Jamaica, because Elaine is still the only one now to defend the 1-2, or at least to do the 1-2. Because I mean, obviously, she denied Julien from that. Yeah. But Gabby Thomas, and people are saying now, is she the new face of American track and field?
Why not? Listen, why not? Again, people can always speculate.
Right.
But why would you not want a Harvard graduate, PhD, beautiful, athletic, smart? I mean, I'm just saying, she ticks the box and gets a 10 out of 10.
You're right.
So why would you not want her? First of all, why would you not want to be a role model? She can be the face of anything. That's really anything. She's everything positive. So if she's a face, then she's a face. At the end of the day, Sha'Carri is probably the most popular and will be, and she's also the face of track and field. But at the end of the day, Gabby Thomas, good on you. Phenomenal Olympics, gold medals all around.
Yeah. She is, man, oh man. Anyways, we got to move on. I mean, congratulations. We got to have a whole show about everything that took place. 4x1, I got to go there next, because not many had this nation of Canada winning. I mean, 50-1 their odds going in. Noah Lyles was asked about facing Canada, and he said who? They said Canada. He said who? And you know what? I'll hand the baton over to you, because the last time we saw Canada do that at the Olympic Games, you were a part of it.
Yes, I got the stick and I took it home, and I put my hand up 30 meters out. Listen, to the kids, to Jerome, Aaron, Brandon, and Andre. Kids, welcome to the club, man. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome to Relay Gold. Welcome to legendary status globally. Not just in Canada, but globally. You know what? I'd said, I remember speaking to Ance Henry, and I said, you know what? If we get to stick around, because they were familiar with each other, right? They know exactly what they need to do. There's a level of comfort. And you know what I liked about this? There was pressure and panic. Andre didn't make the finals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Aaron didn't make the finals.
Yep.
And you know what? Those two guys, you've always, as fans, and, you always depend on them doing that. Dwayne Asamoto, that's his first kick at the can, in the 100 meters, and he didn't participate in the relay. But I love all of the scenarios going into the finals. The U.S. have always, fumbled the stick when they're pressured. And I'm not saying that they were pressured in this situation, but they clearly don't practice enough. And I just saw when they were shuffling around people and moving people around. When you're familiar with yourself, people, when you're familiar with your teammates, you can motivate each other very well. Because at the end of the day, I was watching the race. I realized a couple of things. Aaron came out of the blocks like he's never ran before, and he was about a meter and a half up. And I saw Jerome pulled out some Glenroy out of his butt, for real. He did, because I saw him run the backstretch that like I've never seen him run before. And in fact, Jerome, 9.57, man. Either way, you need to go sub 10. Because that run proved to me that you should be a consistent sub 10 guy. So if you're not running sub 10, that's in your head. Yeah, Brandon Rodney, spectacular corner.
That was the best corner I've seen since probably your days.
Right. No, spectacular corner. And again, if you give it to Andre, you know that Andre is gonna do what Andre does. If he gets it and he's in 1, 2, 3. like, you know, for the last 50 meters, when he gets the top speed, he's going to hold that. He's going to hold it. He's going to relax. He's not going to panic. And yeah, I saw that, man. Congratulations to the Canadians. I mean, you know what? What I find funny, though, and it's not funny, haha. I'm like, you know, I know that my good friend Carl Lewis is speaking out about the U.S. and kind of how they fumbled it. Now, the U.S. guys had, 397 guys, 198 guy.
Man, their pool is huge.
Right. But I'm saying to you, the guys that were on the track.
Yeah.
And so I can see the reason why Carl Lewis is pissed off, right? I mean, and because these guys have fumbled the stick. And back in the day, Carl and Mike Marsh and Leroy Burrell, I mean, and that crew, Dennis Mitchell, those guys took pride in the relay. I mean, because it might be the consolation prize if you're a world record holder or you're Olympic champion in an individual sport, but it means a lot. And it's also the second most watched event at the Olympic Games. So I can see why he's upset. But man, huge respect to the Canadian team for sticking to their guns. Glenn Roy sticking with with the same team that's allowed them to, you know, to do the things that they do, you know, and winning. So again, welcome to the club, gold medalists, Olympic champion. One thing I want to add, and this also has to do with the Canadian team, with the U.S. team. You know, I tell you, you know, I'm a huge fan of Grant Holloway. When Grant Holloway was running college, he was one of the best relay sprinters, one of the best.
Right.
He is still one of the fastest guys on the team. And he is, he's the Olympic champion. And I'm surprised that he's not part of the U.S. relay pool. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm saying to you, if I were the coach, I would have that guy in like every time. The
pool's too deep. That's the problem.
Well, then if
too many guys. Noah didn't even run. Obviously, I know he was sick,
but if the pool is too deep, Jason, then you should win every time.
Well, but see, you're proving, and
right.
You're 1,000% right. Just because you might have the fastest four guys on paper, it doesn't translate from that paper to the track. Yeah. You got to execute, and they didn't.
Bednarek left, I think, like 4 meters. 4 meters ahead of the tape.
Yeah.
4 meters. Okay, so here's how it works. I mean, again, the track heads know what I'm talking about, but the average person out there might not. You come out, you put steps behind the receiving zone. So when the incoming runner, your foot hits that tape, then that's where when you decide you take off. Now you have to choreograph that. So obviously, incoming speed matches outgoing speed. I'm saying to you that Christian Coleman was humming, and Bednarek left early. I'm just like, where's he going? Like, you know. But at the end of the day,
and then they fumbled it.
It is what. But it was too late though. It is what it is.
Yep.
Sorry for those guys. I mean, Canada gets the victory, and at the end of the day, you know what? You get to. It's 4 years.
Yep.
The good thing about the Olympics, or the bad thing, for the non-winners, is you have 4 years to stew and 4 years to train and 4 years to get ready. But the World Championships are coming up next year for track and field. And I don't believe that, I mean, I could be wrong, mind you. I don't believe that in the Diamond League, there's going to be any 4x1 relay for the rest of the season. But I'm not sure.
You put those 4 Americans up against the 4 Canadians, put them up against anybody, they're faster. Right. 100%. But you said,
average time.
Right. You got to execute.
Yes.
They didn't. Canada did. I think 2000, off the top of my head, I think 2000 was the last time the U.S. men's won the 4x1.
You think so? I don't know.
Think it's
He's
2000.
a stats guy.
Yeah, but it's just off the top of my head. Right. I mean, I'm going back now because I remember 12 years before that, Flojo doing the 1-2 Seoul games. And anyways, we could shout out so many other people. I mean, you know, thinking of the Canadian effort, they had a fabulous, you know, track and field part of the equation. You know, Cameron Rogers throw in, Ethan Katzberg throw in. I mean, Alicia Newman pole vault. It just goes on and on.
We've got, you know what? I got to talk about quickly. I got to talk. I mean, two things. I mean, we always talk about the men's race, which is, you know, 400-meter hurdles over sticks. You always got to shout out to Rai Benjamin. Rai Benjamin. Oh, by the way, did you know that Rai Benjamin is Antiguan?
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, hey, we're gonna claim him anyways. No, we're not gonna claim him. No. But he's the son of a cricketer.
Oh.
Very famous cricketer. Anyways, great job. Like, fantastic job. I mean, and beating Carson with great job, man. I mean, the 400-meter hurdles, great. The 400-meter flat, dude. Again, the 400-meter flat was similar to the 100 meters.
That was the best race for me.
But dude, imagine you run 43.7 and you don't even sniff the podium. Imagine that. So shots out, man. I mean, but fabulous games. I got to say, for those of you out there, this is what track and field or professional track and field at its highest level looks like. Unlike the breakdancing. But this is what track and field.
We love you, Phil Wizard, but yeah.
No. Dude, Phil Wizard is fantastic.
No,
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about Ray Gun.
No, I know, but I'm all for, growing the Olympic Games, but I kind of feel like it was watered down with some of these events. I don't know, man. Some of these events. Going there?
No, dude, listen, here's the thing. Okay.
You can't tell me the man back in the day envisioned these combat games, and now there's skateboarding and there's breakdancing.
Is it because
they want to have sports? Darts and you know what I mean?
But is it because it was a judged sport?
Yeah, judged sports are always tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's always tough.
Yeah. Gymnastics was great though.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I love it. I'm not taking away from the athleticism these athletes have to do the skateboarding, to do the breakdown. I'm not taking away, but I just felt at times it was getting kind of, and they, like I said, they want to bring in, is it cards coming up, bridge or something like that?
Shut up. No,
I'm serious.
Jason, here's one thing I'm going to say though.
Darts before we not slacking people who do those.
Before we finish up today.
Yeah.
Right. Here's one of the things I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
As a former breaker back in the day, yes, I did have my cardboard.
Get the cardboard.
Hung out with the boys.
Where's the cardboard?
Hey, listen, I was a pop on lock, man. It's good. So I'm just saying to you
yeah,
the Olympic Games, just like any other major championships, should highlight the greatest in your genre, in your sport, right? And I'm saying to you that congratulations to Phil Wizard, because I think that he was the greatest break dancer there, right? I'm saying this to say that obviously the opposite of that is the person that's probably getting endorsements and trending, for taking it as a joke, right? I'm saying to you that Ray Gun absolutely is getting there's memes and obviously they're making fun of her.
Would you miss it if they didn't have it at the next Olympics?
Well, they don't have it.
Right.
They don't have it, but I'm saying to you that, they don't have it.
Right.
But I'm saying to you that it was entertaining for me to watching the best people doing it. As a sports fan, I will watch anything as long as you're the greatest in the world at it.
Man, you're really going to open up the Olympic Games if that's the case, because there's a lot of great things people are great at. And to answer the question I was asking you, would you be missing if it wasn't there? No, you wouldn't. Would you be missing the skateboarding if it wasn't there? No, you would. Again, these are athletes. I'm not saying they're not, but it kind of feels more like for an X Games or something like that. But anyways,
that would be good. Listen, go the X.
We got Mondo Duplantis to shout out, man.
Oh,
that
Mondo,
guy
world
is
record.
Phenomenal. Yeah, we got.
How can we not say that? World record.
We could just go on and on and on.
Sydney McLaughlin, your girl.
Yeah. You know what? Before we wrap, we need to do this.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
I got an anchor leg for you. Wrapping it up like this. Okay, now usually we talk about other sports, but this is all about the Olympics. I want to know, what was your biggest disappointment of these games?
Amanyala. Yeah, because I thought that this year he actually had. This year I thought that he was. Him and his team had created great training that would allow him to be fast at this time, and so. I'm very certain he's disappointed, but I'm saying to you that my expectations of him was more than he delivered.
All right. Mine is Sharika.
Injuries.
Exactly.
So I can't go with that.
And it's part of it. I get that, but that's my biggest part.
I can't go with that.
Biggest surprise or shock?
Biggest surprise or shock? I don't know. You know what? No, I don't know. I don't know if I had one. I don't know if I had. I don't know, because I think that most of the people we talked about, I expected that they were all going to be well. So maybe my biggest surprise or shock was that the Jamaican ladies were injured. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not. I mean, that's to me. That's my probably my neutral answer.
My biggest surprise: Noah Lyles finishing third,
Really? Right.
all year long he was untouchable in the deuce. Right. I mean,
Yeah, that
and I
could
understand he was sick. I get it, but still, there was no way. I thought if he loses, he'd be outside of the top 2.
Right.
Your breakthrough performance.
Ooh. My breakthrough performance. Well, Kishane Thompson. I mean,
Kishane, okay, even though he didn't win.
Yeah, no, but I'm just. Well, you know what? Yeah, he ran. Listen, here's the thing. I coming from Jamaica, competing for Jamaica, going to the Olympic Games, the greatest stage he will ever be on, ever in his life. I'm sure he's going to go back. He'll be in LA, and he's got probably 2 or 3, 4 more Olympics in him. But for showing up with all the pressure of Jamaica, of the world of track and field, as one of their newest and youngest ambassador, of only running 4 races this year, absolutely stellar performance.
Can't argue that. I'm going to go Tebogo. I think this is his coming out party. I think he's letting the world know he is here.
Right.
I mean, not that we didn't realize that before, but a guy that can run the 1, he can run the 2, he can run the 3, he can run the 4. How fast did he go in the 4?
43.0, dude. He ran 43.0. He's got the world record in the 3. He ran 1945 in the deuce, and he ran 9.8. So he is the fastest man out there right now. Across, well, I mean, you can't. Yeah, he's the fastest guy between 100 and 400.
I know what you're saying, and he's 21, and he's 21.
Young. He's young, and he's got probably talk about upside, Jason. If you see Tebogo, you see that he hasn't hit the weight room.
No.
You know what I mean? Like oh man,
this is just
love
natural talent. Natural talent. Who is your simply the best?
Ooh,
shouldn't take you that long.
Oh, I'm gonna go Tebogo, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to see the McLaughlin.
Yes. Well, I mean, listen.
She is simply the best. When you keep breaking your own record every time you run.
Well, then I should. Then I'm gonna go Mondo Duplantis.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Because I didn't know where you're going with that.
Yeah, no problem. And your favorite moment of the games?
Oh man. Oh geez. I had tons of favorite moments.
Yeah,
I mean, I had tons.
Give me one.
You know, but listen, I think the obvious choice for me is that the Canadian men's 4x1 team won gold.
Okay. I'll go with the teenagers. Quincy Wilson.
Nice. Yes.
And
that's good
Summer
one.
McIntosh. I know she's not on the track or the field, but in the pool, the 17-year-old for Canada. Unreal.
Showing up and doing it.
So you got a couple of teenagers that are going, so in a couple of weeks, we're going back to school. Can you imagine going back to school?
High school.
High school, exactly.
Not school.
Yeah.
High school, yes. But that's great, man. That's great.
Yeah, and Quincy, for me, the 400, that was the race. Quincy Hall, it looked like he had no chance, and he just dug deep. And found a way. Man, that was a lot of fun. And, it's good to see you again because it's been a minute.
Yeah.
But, that's your Olympic wrap. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun bringing it to you. I'm Jason Portuondo. He is Donovan Bailey. Continue to like, share, follow, download, subscribe. Take us out.
Yeah, you know what, man? It's amazing Olympic Games. Yes, we missed a few things. Yes, we apologize for that. Our show, our podcast.
Let us know what we missed.
Yes, yes, exactly. Let us know what. Please let us know what else we can discuss. But yeah, for certain, Diamond League starts up.
Yes.
We're back to regular running things. And so, Jason, I'm assuming that you want me to say that.
I'm waiting.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Peace out.